I'm Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times. On Friday, January the 8th, a nice, calm and quiet Friday. They say the snow is coming to North Arkansas this weekend. Here's some startling news. President Obama today vetoed the legislation that would override and repeal Obamacare. Not much of a surprise. This is all political theater. The Republican-controlled Congress finally passed a bill to repeal Obamacare, knowing the president would veto it, knowing they didn't have the votes to override the veto, but they did it anyway and included cutting off money for Planned Parenthood, which won't be cut off in the end. I think this is another one of those occasions of episodes that make people unhappy with Congress. In Arkansas, all members of our congressional delegation, all Republicans, voted for this legislation, of course. Back home, Governor Asa Hutchinson's hopes against hope this legislation doesn't take effect because it would put $1 billion hole in the state budget. It would throw 200,000 people off health insurance. It would cripple hospitals. It would likely kill some people who would lose health care coverage, and a lot of people would lose jobs from the loss of billions in federal money. If that is to come next year, if there's a Republican president elected, then a fine kettle of fish we'll have. Speaking of President Obama, he had his town hall meeting on guns last night. He talked to both supporters and opponents of stronger gun control regulations. There still seems to be this myth afoot in the land that President Obama wants to take guns away. He does not. He said so again last night. It hasn't stopped a land rush on Little Rock gun stores. I was interested in reading a KTHV report that quoted a Little Rock gun shop owner who said he said 70 and 80-year-old people come in and buy assault rifles for the first time because they don't want to get them before it's too late and they can't get them anymore. I don't think that day is coming in Arkansas, which statistics say is the third highest state in the country in terms of gun ownership, which we were as high as that in our education attainment. Back closer to home, Josh Johnston, a Republican former legislator from Rosebud, is trying again to run for Cleveland County Sheriff. He has a conviction for hot checks on his record. He was thrown off the ballot in 2014. The Arkansas legislature helpfully passed a bill that allows you to expunge records of past convictions such as this. So he's trying again to get on the ballot now that he's gotten his record expunged. Opponents say that no, once you've been ruled off once, you've been ruled off forever. The state Supreme Court is going to have to hear the case. Sad news came yesterday after we taped in the announcement that Robert Hupp, the artistic director of the Arkansas Repertory Theater for 17 years, announced he's going to resign and leave Arkansas in June to take a job in Syracuse, New York. We're going to miss him. The Rep is truly one of Arkansas's great quality arts institutions. He really brought a great deal to it and grew the institution, and he's going to be missed. Bomb threats this morning, or threats of some unspecified nature at least, forced the evacuation of two Little Rock High Schools, Hall and McClellan. Nothing was found. In the old days, we tried to ignore these things and not mention them, but in today's day and time, I guess police can't be too careful. They cleared the schools to take a look. The head of TLC, the Learning Channel, the reality TV cable channel, finally talked to reporters this week about the Duggars and the scandal that was endured by the channel last year. They had to cancel the 19 and counting show about the huge Duggar family brood because of the Josh Duggar sexual molestation scandal. It's clear they still want to find a way to make money off the Duggars. I'm sure the Duggars will be happy to help them as well. A lot of news in the right-wing press this week about Mike Huckabee, the once well thought of genial politician, once from Arkansas, is very upset that evangelical voters and leaders have gone over to Ted Cruz, particularly and some other candidates in the presidential race this year. He's showing his churlish side and responding to this. He thinks that somehow that the people who once supported him are supporting other people because they really don't want to succeed in ending abortion and discriminating against gay people. He says why they lose ways to raise money for their interest groups. This has offended right-wingers. It's also caused some in the press who like Mike Huckabee to say maybe he's not so likable after all. Maybe we need to think twice about his future in media. So he may be not hurting just only his presidential campaign, but his return to media again soon when his presidential campaign comes to an end. Finally, one small programming note. You know how TV shows sometimes have wardrobe credits at the end? Well, I'd like to give a small wardrobe credit. This shirt I'm wearing is by Land's End. The speckles all over it are from the ramen noodle soup at Southern Gourmation. So if you want to get the same effect, have some of their good ramen noodle soup for lunch. I'm Max Brantley. I'll be back next week.